live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We'll take your phone calls live. 877-853-5247. Meeting ID esports extra. That's 377-678-9872 at the pound button twice to join the show. Larry Ridley here, SMR TV, little NBC Sports, little Madden Phil, little NBA 2K League. We got 4-on-4 today. We got the Broskies, man. We got A. Willie down there and the DFW. What's up, A. Willie?
Yes, sir. What's good with it? What's good with it?
Man, I can't
Looking
call
forward
it,
to
dog.
Man, I've been looking forward to this to chop it up with my guys.
Hey, man.
And our sister Kelly is included in that as well.
Absolutely. Shout out, prayers up to Kelly. She's a little under the weather down there in Houston. So sending Kelly some good vibes and some good energy, some good juju. I'm sure D-Dubs, you would appreciate that, right? You Karnewski?
Yeah, Karnewski, went outside to go check on my car a little bit. I haven't seen it in a couple of days with all the snow.
So you just going to give up. You ain't going to do anything.
Dude, I looked at it. I saw I can't open my car door. I said, no, we're going to have to sit there. I ain't fooling with it.
Derwin,
It's too much snow.
How do you get around, Derwin?
I got feet, first off. And secondly, if I need to go somewhere, I'm going to walk. Other than that, I don't need to go anywhere. I'll wait it out right now.
Derwin's, boy, I tell you. We call them Bill and Pete, Derwin. That's what your feet are called, Bill and Pete.
Yeah. And I went out today because, I'm older. I've had my just the snow. I'm over it. But my son is 7. He wants to play, make snow angels and build snowmen. So I had to go out there today and,
You don't seem enthusiastic about it, man.
I did it for him, man. Because other than that, I wouldn't be out there.
I know that grind.
Yeah, man.
We were living in Chicago. I know that.
Hey, I went out today and I moved my truck, dude. I didn't shovel. I just started I had a big old pile because the street, the street sweepers, they come down and they plow everything. Hey, but you know what? I ran over it. I just kept going back and forth. I'm like, I ain't moving. I'm not shoveling. I rocked it. Yeah. Boom, ran over it. And I put my garbage can in front of my house so nobody could park there.
You one of those.
Yeah.
You put the garbage, you ain't put the chair out there.
Yeah, I put the garbage can out there. And then I came back because you need a big truck to get in my spot. It's like, little car, you can't go over those big mounds unless you have a big truck. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm Gucci. Go ahead, Will.
No, I just said I remember when I first got to Boston, I had to ask people about that, coming from the West. I was like, man, what is that? Why is it a lawn chair in the middle of the street?
Chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They're like, yeah, people don't fool around with those parking spots. All right.
No. I didn't know if it would work. I'm like, I don't know what the Jersey, New York City rules are, but I said, damn it, I'm going to try it. Ivan OG King Curtis. What's up, man? You daggone Dayton Flyer. What's up, boss?
Nothing much. Enjoyed the game last night.
I bet you did. You got a dub. Hell.
I've been typically doing that when all 3 of them play.
Oh, look at him. He's feeling good now. So y'all going to the finals?
They don't play no defense, but they get some wins.
There you go, man.
Put that energy out there. Y'all going to the finals? Go ahead and put it out there, man.
Yes, we going to the finals. And
y'all going to win it?
I mean,
no, y'all ain't gonna win it. He taking too damn long. Y'all ain't gonna win
it. We got till March 25th to fix the roster. So I got faith in Sean Marks.
I like how y'all look, man. And I like the fact that you guys, the players, are like, they're unadulterated in their comments. They don't make any excuses. They talk about their shortcomings and how they need to get better and stop clowning around. I like that, dude. Look, man, where Brooklyn at, man? Hell. You know what I'm saying? I like it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this is the stat, Darwin. Okay. All right, it's points off turnovers.
Okay.
Kills us more than anything. We turn over the ball 16, 17 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna beat anybody, even if you play good defense, because you're giving them almost 20 more possessions.
Yeah. Keeping them in the game, even if you're winning. You turn the ball over.
Yeah. That's been the killer.
All right, guys. Welcome back, guys. Good to have all 4 of the Broskies here. 877-853-5247. Meeting ID esportsXTRA 377-678-9872. Pound button twice to join the show. We're talking NBA. Van Vliet, a little NBA All-Star game. The Bucks cannot fire the cannons. Damn NFL, man.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Bias, man.
I know it, right? It's a Super Bowl, man. Neutral site, Derwin.
Man, fire them cannons, bro.
I know it. I would. I'm telling you, if Tampa's, I would
fine.
take it. I would just, NFL. What you gonna do? We'll talk Eric Bieniemy. Also, EA Sports College Football is back. We'll get into that. Of course, compete for everyone. Black News Channel nationally this weekend. Episode 36. We'll get into that. All right, let's go to the top of the show. Freddie V. Freddie Van Vliet went off last night. 54. That's 54 for you people at home. 11 of 14 from three. Most points ever for an undrafted player. Already had the largest contract for an undrafted player. What, $80+ million? What is it, 80, 85, whatever he got before the season started. Set the Raptors franchise record as well. Damn good night for Freddie Van Vliet. I loved his comments. He says, it was easy. I'm like, what the hell? Did he press the easy button? Did he go to Staples before the game? And he did it against my boys, the Magic, down there in O-Town. He did make it look easy. They were all in rhythm. I don't know what the hell the Magic were doing. They let little Mighty Mouse go off on them last night. We'll start with you, OG. What'd you think of Freddie Van Vliet? How good of a performance was that last night?
Well, when I heard about it, I was like, sheesh. But then when I seen how he shot from three, I wasn't surprised. I mean, I've always liked him since Wichita State. Thought he was a tough, gritty competitor, obviously with a skill set where he can shoot the ball from deep. So, I think last night, I mean, like I said, 11 for 14, no real big surprise. Other than the fact that, I mean, at some point, like, I don't care what team it is, where the pride at? Like, I'm not about to let nobody drop 50. Like, I mean, if I can help it, he shot a lot of uncontested threes too, and he was out on the break a lot, getting some free layups. And with it being a little guy at that, I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow.
It is. It's like, Isaiah Thomas going off when he was in Boston, he was going off routinely for 40 and 50. I'm like, dude's 5'9". Like, really? Y'all just gonna let him do that? Like,
right.
Rules are different, LL. They can't do that now.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do something. I didn't say put him on his ass. I'm just
different.
Saying, you 5'9". Like, really?
Yeah, but that dude's a bowling ball, man.
Yeah,
that's not a skinny cat. That's a bowling ball doing that.
Is. Well, I mean,
and that's part of the reason. And that's part of the reason why he's hurt, because he dishes out punishment.
Sure. Well, I don't know why they don't go back at him on the other end. I mean, look, I love him and Kyle Lowry, but that's a small backcourt. You got to make their ass pay, man. And the Celtics finally started doing that at the end. It's like, dude, 6 feet and maybe 6'2" out there. You got a Jaylen Brown and y'all got the Bulldogs.
I'll tell you what, Larry. Hey, anytime Kyrie get on the switch, they go at him like
hunting him.
You're supposed to be the same way. I mean, like I say, he is a bowling ball, but I mean, he scored the majority of the points outside the three. So I mean, and he got out on a break a lot. I mean, Orlando just looked like they wasn't even in the game last night.
And then he said the quiet part out loud, Derwin. He said it came easy.
Yeah, he's shooting 73% from the field. He made all those free throws, 9 of 9 from the charity stripe. Everything is 3-point range. He only missed 3 threes, 11 of 14 for about 78.
Right there.
Yeah, I mean, sheesh. he was on that. I mean, you know how Jordan would say the basket looked this big.
Mm-hmm.
It felt probably easy to him, like he said.
Yeah. Hey, Willie, how good is Freddie Van Vliet? Is he
come on.
Is he a top 5 point guard?
I wouldn't say he's top 5.
I wouldn't either. I was about to admonish you if you did.
No, because that position, but let's talk about too with that position. There's more depth in that position now than there's ever been in the history of the NBA. Yeah. That position, there are no off nights at that spot. I love what he did. I like that he said, and if you know Fred, that's not him. That's not him capping.
No, it's not
him. No, that's how he is. That's how he is. That's how he's always been. When I was at Nike, he was a priority for me. When I was on the financial side, he was one of the guys I really, really wanted. And so spent a lot of time with him, a lot of time with his family. Really, really wanted him because of, as they say, he's going to be greater later, man. And now, did I see this? I can't tell you I saw this, but I certainly knew when he went undrafted that a lot of people were making mistakes, right? Because of having that being privy to that information and being privy to spending a lot of time with him. But the thing about him too, that when I watch him, it's similar to watching Kyrie, and I'm not comparing him and Kyrie, but in this regard, it's similar. As point guards, when they go to the cup, they are looking for contact. They're almost like counterpunchers. They want you to commit. They want you to make contact with them. And so they bounce off of that. They understand angles. They do that. So it's almost like when they're driving to the bucket and you almost want to make them straight line and don't make contact with them because they're looking for it. And that's the thing that's really, because those big guys, they start salivating. Oh, here comes this little guy, but they actually want you to hit them. So when you watch those guys, man, the way that they are able to counterpunch and bounce off of guys and understand angles, and the fact that Fred shoots the ball, and that's an area of his game that he
It's
actually
improved.
improved on,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the way that he shoots the ball like that makes him actually quicker, because there are times that when he's not shooting an uncontested shot, they have to jump up on him and be so close to him that it's easy for him to get to the bucket quicker. So the fact that you can shoot the ball, even when you don't have blazing quickness like a Russell Westbrook or something like that, it makes you a step quicker because defenders have to play on top of you. So, man, I love it, man.
Real quickly, I'm gonna get all three of you guys in here. Where do you rank him in the NBA? I'll give him top 10, not top five. Hey, Willie. So I'm assuming not top five. Where would you rank him?
I would say Fred is, man, that list is
I'd say 8 to 12, probably, depending on the
somewhere
game.
around there.
Yeah,
That list is that's a strong
it
list.
is.
If we were to, take a little bit of time and just start naming point guards,
Sure.
it's a lot of them. It's a lot of
Yeah.
He ain't
them.
Kyrie. He ain't Steph. He ain't Brody.
Chris Paul,
He ain't probably no, and he's not Chris Paul even at this
yep,
age.
De'Aaron Fox. Like, I mean,
I love De'Aaron Fox.
that list
That's a
is,
close one. That's a close one. They're in the
I don't
same
know,
neighborhood.
man. D
That's the
Fox
same.
is
No, I'll take D Fox, but at least they're in the
Viper
same
is
neighborhood.
is
Yeah,
then of course you got Trey, you got Ja,
yeah,
right? Like that
yeah.
list is, you
It
got
is.
Shea, SGA.
No,
That
I'll take him over SGA right now.
I don't know, man.
Oh
I
man,
I
would. I would right now.
don't
I
know,
would right
man.
now.
I don't
And
know
I
about that
no.
one.
former cat. I like. He hasn't.
And I love Fred, right?
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
Fred.
but Fred's done a little bit more. I think his. Maybe
That's
I'm
what I
going
was
off
about to
resume.
say.
I'm
That's
going
where
off
he
resume.
that's where he went out is just being consistent
Just
in his
resume.
resume
Yeah.
I guess I'm
probably. But
projecting.
Yeah,
hey,
you
but
are,
now
and you're right.
SGA, he
Yeah.
going he liked it.
But SGA, what,
Yeah,
6'5", 6'6"? So yeah, I'm
yeah.
definitely going to lean
Uh, uh,
that way.
The
But
bigger
only,
guy.
yeah, only third year in the league. So I'll
Great
give him some time.
defender. Like
Yep.
I don't know, man. And I love Fred. Love him. So I know people in the sports universe, if you say you pick one guy over another, they think it's black and white, and you hate the other guy. I
Right.
love Fred.
Right.
Put it on wax.
Let's get one. Look, man. Hey, he went off for 54 last night, breaking records this year for an undrafted player. Still hard to believe that he went undrafted in the association, man. With all
Not
of
on my
the
board.
with all of the work that he put out there, the film that he put out there at Wichita State, they were a legit #1 seed when he was there. I
because
got to be going
LL,
undrafted.
because LL, and OG can attest to this, being close to this as well, because we spend so much time concentrating on what guys aren't that we don't look at what they are,
That's a good
Hmm.
point.
right?
Yeah.
About to
And
say that.
people miss the boat because I know what he's not, but what is he?
He's
Mhm.
not tall enough. He's not this.
Not
He's not
fast
Right.
that.
enough.
Doesn't
Yep.
shoot the ball that
Yep.
well. Exactly. A
Yep.
lot, they look at the measurables and it's like they're not measuring that.
They're not
They're not measuring that.
facts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And and I'll say this too, from a scouting standpoint, um, and I've talked about this before, but like we put all of our intel when we're
Mhm.
looking from a scouting standpoint. It's always about measurables when we're looking at upside. Can they get stronger? How athletic they are. Well, two things that we really undervalue from an upside standpoint is how much the guy loves the game and how smart they are. Because those dudes get better.
You sound like a Belichick disciple right there, bro.
They get better,
You're right about
right?
that. I also like the fact that I love his family. I love how he treated his daughter and his wife down in the
Yeah.
bubble. That was a good moment. It made him it shined a bigger light on him, made him more
Yeah.
likable.
He's a good dude,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I think it did. It is. It
Fred's a
He's
did.
a
good dude.
he's a huge
Yeah.
success. This
Mhm.
guy's come up from,
Came from
being
nothing.
overlooked, not drafted.
Mhm.
Let's not forget he's a champion. Let's
Right.
not forget that.
He's a
He's
good
hit
dude, man.
he's hit the mountaintop already.
Good
And
point.
his work ethic and everything else about him. I mean, he's a great story. And hopefully someone writes a book or does something about him later on throughout his career.
Be a hell of a book. OG, where would you have Freddie Van Vliet? Now, I just love the last name Van Vliet. It just sounds like okay, he better be something, right?
Yeah.
Van Vliet.
I mean, I'm with you. I might have stretched it to 15. Like,
You
depending,
still
like
there? Yeah.
when we start writing names down. But I think anywhere from 8 to 12, if anything, is stretched to like top. I know he top 15.
Is he better than John Wall? See, that's where it gets a little hairy for me. That's why I'm like, you're right. It
It's,
could go from 8 to 15,
that position
and it
is
really
But
depends. It
crazy.
is. It's deep.
Woo.
but see, this is
Probably
the
gun in
thing
my head.
though.
I'll probably take Wall,
I love John Wall. I just
But
like
but this is the thing. We
but
we
that's where
went
we're at,
from
like middle of the pack, 15, and that's
we
John
went from
Wall.
the PG position is kind of it's
Hybrid
more
too.
like combo
Yeah,
guard
it's hybrid.
like
Yeah,
that when you think about it. I mean, he's just a good overall basketball player. Like he's not a overwhelming playmaker. Like, but
Mhm.
he scores and he's real shifty with his size and he knows how to use his
I got you.
body and he know what he can do and he know what he can't do. I mean, he's been steady at it. But I
Real,
think it's more about combo guards now than
that's
PG.
true.
That
That's true. Real quickly, yes or no, guys? Freddie Van Vliet or Kimba Walker? Because
I
I
was
think that's
just gonna
the
say Kimba.
neighborhood that he's.
I was
I'm
just
reading
gonna
your
say
mind, hey
Kimba.
Willie.
Yep.
I know how
that
that little wily head of yours thinks. Kimba Walker
Kimber,
or Freddie
hey, the
Van
way
Vliet.
Kimber was looking with that step back last night, he looking like he on his way back.
But the game before, he was like one of whatever. When they lost to the Lakers by 1 point, he was like one of what, 11 or 12 or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. So, and it depends on if Kimba's healthy. That's another one.
yeah,
That's another one that's close right
Yeah.
there.
that's
That,
big for me. I need to be able to rely on you.
who
And
you
if you're
taking?
not
Who
if
you
you're not
taking?
healthy, give me
Who,
Van Vliet.
I'm
you want
taking
Van Vliet?
Fred.
You want Fred?
Give
OG.
me
Yeah,
Freddie.
Fred.
Give me
You want
Freddie.
Fred?
yeah.
Knock it off.
He's not hardly hurt. I
Ah,
mean,
that's a
like
tough one.
but
That's a tough one.
he's not
Damn, that's
somebody
tough.
who spent a lot of time on the sidelines. Like he's in the lineup
No, no,
playing.
I agree. No, I agree. No, all of the points, very valid points by both of you guys. I'll probably still take Kemba. I probably would. I ain't gonna lie. And not because he plays on the green
UConn,
team. I don't care about UConn. That ain't my damn
The
school.
C's.
Yeah, but
the
yeah, but
C's.
yeah, because of the season, I'll probably still take it. But Freddie Van Vliet, I think we all agree, somewhere 8 to 15.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's two good comps though. Like Kimba and John Wall, because I think they're in that category too, 10 to 15 range or whatever. So
Man, that position is just no Jeezy,
it
boy.
is.
Yeah.
Woo.
And staying in the NBA, the association NBA All Star Game, looking like they're talking about March the 7th. So that's coming up here in about a month. Having the game supposed to be what in Indianapolis, right? Supposed to be
Mhm.
Bankers Life Stadium, Arena or whatever it is in Indianapolis, the Circle City, Naptown. Now they're talking about Atlanta, which I think would be perfect. I was thinking either Atlanta or New York. If you want to have it for a place. What are you guys' thoughts here on the NBA? We'll have it'll be a 1 day event. They'll do some a 2 day event. They'll do some skills, some things of that nature. They're talking about bringing back the slam dunk and things of that nature. Just overall thoughts and impressions on the NBA potentially having an All Star game and having it March 7th in the A. Hey, Willie.
Got to go to OG State on this, right? So,
Mhm.
what Bone say? For the love of
Gotta
money.
make that money, man.
Yeah.
Right? Right? That's what the OJ say? Right? OJ said the same thing, right? Right. So in your state again, OG, like, so for me, I think this is they got to do what they have to do. I mean, now the league is also talking about getting back in. First it was, I don't know if expansion is on the docket, but once the owners start looking and saying, you know what, this is what that expansion fee is like.
Ooh, everybody get about 300 million. Give it, give it, give it,
Yeah,
give it, give it.
yep. Give me all of that. So I think for me, that's the first thing I looked at when I was looked at. Okay, they're going to actually do an All-Star game while this stuff is going on. I thought, you know what? Again, that we talk about it a lot, that TV money. So, but
They should do
I'm
NBA
interested in
2K
seeing.
League. That's what they should do. Do like Madden and have the NBA 2K League
Right,
get virtual.
right. But when I saw that they wanted to have people playing and they wanted to do a skills competition, first thing in my head was that branding and that money.
Yeah.
That's a good
TV.
point.
Yep.
OG, your thoughts? All Star game potentially March 7th in the ATL.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertainment, it's business, and the other aspect of it is that I think I don't know if you'll hear any players like object to it. They probably still want to play and have it, and then the fans, of course, whoever may be allowed, if any, to whatever capacity they decide on. If you open it, they're gonna come. Like it's gonna be a lot of people to
If
come
you
out.
build it, they will come.
Now, the thing about it is the NBA hasn't had any new positive tests to date, as of today. So, we'll see as everything goes forward, like what's going to be the reaction after the fact, because you're getting all these players from different teams in one spot, and you know, if it is in Atlanta, hey, it's a lot of things to do in Atlanta.
Wide open. I'll be in Atlanta
So
in 2 weeks, and we already talking about what we gonna do.
yeah, so it's gonna get real interesting and see how that goes.
Yeah. D Dubs, what do you think?
Um, to me, I mean, I think if they put it on TV, so, the NBA faithful is going to watch it. It's entertainment. It's something to look at. Depending on what city they have it in, I don't know if New York will work. I mean,
Right now, Atlanta.
yeah.
Supposed to be in Indianapolis. Looks like it's going to be State Farm Arena in the A.
Well, Indianapolis. I've been in Indianapolis. It's
Ain't a
smaller.
damn thing
It's
there.
nothing to do. It's close and tight knit. I
Same
Man,
mean,
but it's
Elmos.
laid out perfectly for
It
all this
is.
stuff,
It
though.
it
is. You
is
don't have to
laid
go
out. That's the one
outside.
thing I liked about
Yeah.
Indianapolis, that it's so close knit. You could kind of walk and move around.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got the
but
skywalks and everything.
Yep.
Minneapolis is like that too, a little bit
Yep.
downtown. Got the
yeah,
skywalks to walk around. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Atlanta, it doesn't matter what athlete, what sport you play in. They love the A. There's so
Right.
many clubs and things that are open. You can get your wings and all this other stuff.
Man,
You
leave
know,
Lou alone.
and all that entertainment in Atlanta.
Hey, you can
Come
get your
on, bro.
get your breasts too. Don't forget
Yeah,
about that.
and some ties.
And some
Yeah,
thighs.
yeah. The players, I'm pretty sure if you take a vote, they're gonna say the A. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, there's nothing in Indianapolis after 10 o'clock. Your ass is left with steak and shake.
That steak and shake, that's right there. Yep.
I did that 3 or 4 years.
Hey,
I'm like, I'm good.
hey, that steak and shake is popping though, because it's the
Yeah.
only thing that's
Only
going
thing
on.
there. I
That thing
remember
popping.
I was there. I remember it was this '09 or '08. '08. This was a 4th and 2 game. Remember the Patriots had the lead. They went for it on 4th and 2, didn't get it. That was the 4th and 2 game, and I remember just working all night and hungry as hell, and like, oh boy, I guess we'll just go to Steak and Shake again.
That
Let's
thing
get
is
the same
popping.
thing. Yeah.
Hey,
Boy, that's the only thing they got.
Atlanta got Woody's.
Is that
Sandwich
again?
spot.
What is? Yeah, the cheesesteak, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's true.
Good stuff. So yeah, look, I like Atlanta. Like I said, I was thinking New York. I mean, hell, if you could go to LA, that'd be nice. But LA, I mean, they can't even have TVs on out there. They just opened up. New York, I guess we're gonna have indoor dining Valentine's Day, right? Durbin, is that right? That's what I heard.
thinking about it,
Yeah,
possibly.
you
It-
thinking about it? I said, what are you thinking about?
I mean, COVID. It's ever
I didn't
changing.
say what you think. I said what's the city gonna do.
All right.
What the hell are you telling me how you feel?
I mean,
Dad, well, you crazy, man. Hey, Duran, the season open up on February 14th. I don't think that's a good idea. I didn't ask you was it a good idea. I'm like, is it gonna happen? Yes or no?
we gotta talk to Cuomo.
They will say they stand in the crib.
We're going out there.
Duran said, I'm not going outside. My car's gonna be under snow for the next 2 months. I don't care.
Man, I'll pass breaking my back. Ain't
What
worth
you,
it.
what you should do is put the young tyke to work, man. Get him out there shoveling.
Oh, he's this my little guy. He loves to help.
He does.
I let him grab the shovel, let him see how heavy that damn snow is.
Yeah.
Daddy, let me help. Let me help. Austin,
like
you can't
it.
lift that. You
Hey,
can't
I
lift
like
that.
He go from worker back to snow angel real quick.
One thing about my boy, he always wants to help. He gets upset when he can't help.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. We'll go from the NBA to the NFL. We got a Super Bowl coming up this weekend on Sunday. Kickoff's usually around what 6:25,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. Usually around there, Eastern time. Because don't get it confused. Because you got A Willie and Kales in Central time. They're like, huh? You said 6 o'clock, huh? Man, y'all saw ET. Stop playing. What did OG say? Eastern Standard Time. The Bucks, man, they can't fire the cannons, dude. Did y'all see that? When I saw this story, I'm like, I gotta get y'all's opinion on this. This is weak by the NFL. It's one of those things. Okay, letter of the law, I get it, but it's petty as hell. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? OG, we'll start with you. You gonna tell me the Bucks can't fire their own damn cannons in their stadium?
Yeah, my thing is okay it's not a such thing as a neutral site if you're having it where a team actually plays. Like so, at some point in time, they had to know that they was going to come across this. I mean, and lo and behold, this year, especially with Tom Brady and everything on the line and stuff like that, they make it back home for the Super Bowl. Like I said, I'd take the fine. It's just me. Because you know the majority of the fans in there are going to be for who? The Tampa Bay.
I was about to say, might as well tell the fans you can't cheer because your home team's playing.
Yeah,
yeah, that too. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, most of them, it's gonna be Tampa Bay out. Like, I mean, well, that like, and it's gonna let it get to rocking in there. And they get to scoring. They probably gonna somebody gonna like one.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, go ahead, OG.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if they let one go. I mean, shoot, Tampa Bay ain't been to the Super Bowl since what 2000? They hadn't been to the playoffs in 2007.
2007.
Yeah, the Super Bowl. Yeah, so I'll take that. I'd eat that, especially if we on the route to win it. Like, I mean, I'll take that fine.
Somebody in the chat named Abby Potty Bear. I think the Red Sox are too loud. I don't know what he's talking about or she's talking about. If you ask a question, I'll answer it. I just don't know what you're talking about. First there's a hi and then LOL. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Abby Potty Bear 123. Thanks for watching. Yeah, give me a good question. We'll answer. OG, thank you. Hey, Willie, your thoughts here. The Bucks really can't fire the cannons? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, for a team to finally do this, as difficult as it is, you're going to do it like this, and you're doing it in a time when you can't have full capacity at the stadium. Right, I mean, throw them a bone, let them do something, right? Now, I'm not with that at all. I'm not with that. I don't like that the NFL did that. You know, it could, because if we're at the point, why make a big deal about this is the first time that a team is actually hosting the Super Bowl in their home stadium? Why make a big deal about it if we're going to take away all of their home cooking? So to me, we shouldn't even talk about it. And we certainly have been talking about it in the media. We talked about it before Tom Brady, before the season started, when Tom Brady went to Tampa, we started talking about it. So, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it be a talking point and then turn around and say, all right, you know what? You did it.
Right.
But we ain't going to reward you for it, especially when there's no fans there. Like, I think that's bogus.
Yeah. Derwin, how many fans are going to be there? Was it 20? Is it 25 or a little less?
I think it's 25,000.
25, yeah. Which I think Tampa Stadium holds about 65. So it's about it's a little more in the third. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little more in the third. So
25,000.
Yeah, because I think 7,500 are healthcare workers, frontline workers. I know Robert Kraft took the plane from Boston down there. So
yeah, they deserve it.
They absolutely,
They deserve
it. D-Dubs, your thoughts here?
Well, on one hand, I could understand what the NFL is talking about. It's supposed to be neutral site. They didn't factor in that at some point in time, a home team was eventually, you thought, law of averages, that it would happen, and now it's finally happened. But then I understand what A. Willie's saying. You can't then be pumping up that Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks is the first team ever to host a Super Bowl. And I'm looking at the online. I believe Tampa is the home team.
No. Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are
for the game.
They are.
Yeah. No.
The
Chiefs. No. They're the road team because the Chiefs were the Reds last year. The Bucks are wearing the whites. Are they the home team?
Yeah, they're the home team.
Well,
I think they are.
I know that the Chiefs are wearing red. I know that.
No, it's an odd Super Bowl year.
Okay, because they alternate.
AFC is the home team because even years
Let's be sure.
The Buccaneers are the home team.
42 and 46. The AFC team was the home team when I was with the Patriots. Even year, the AFC was the home team. Odd year, the NFC is supposed to be the home team.
So the Chiefs were the home team in 2020. The Chiefs were the home team last year. Right. Yes. So the Bucks are the home team this year.
Are the home team.
Yeah.
Because and then normally I've always learned all my life in sports that when you're listening online, the home team is always the bottom team.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're right. No, because NFC is odd years, AFC is even years in the Super Bowl. So he's right.
Doesn't necessarily go by what color jerseys they're wearing, because
because the Bucks are wearing
New England the last two times they wore whites because they had good luck because they wore the blues and they lost both times to the Giants. So you're right.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No. I was just saying the Bucks are wearing their white. They're wearing their road jerseys.
Whites. They are. Right. Yep. We're going to show those tomorrow because I saw that they had the Brady's out there. They were pumping them out. So yeah.
Right. So I mean. Tampa's the home team. It's their stadium. let them fire off the cannons. I tell you what, if I'm the operator of that cannon, if I don't let one loose in the middle of the game, if we win it, I'm emptying all the ammo. If Tampa wins it, I'm emptying all. Just 21 gun salute.
Or maybe you do it at the end of the game, right? Right when the clock's hit zero, you're like, all right, we
Yeah,
didn't fire them during the game.
I'm letting it all loose. You're gonna think it's a war out there.
War of 1812. What is cannonballs? What the hell's going on here?
Facts. Facts.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll
That's real.
Keep it in the NFL and stay with the Super Bowl. So Eric Bieniemy asked some pretty poignant questions yesterday. Look, he's a little frustrated. He did admit to that, not getting the job. I love what Andy Reid had to say today. Basically, called out the Eagles. He said, "Y'all lying." Basically, like y'all didn't reach out. Y'all didn't ask for permission to interview him. I was like, "Ooh, this is
that stuff.
good.
That's good
Man,
stuff.
LL, that stuff happens way more than because you. And I just say that really quick because I've lived this life. That's why I'm saying it. That stuff happens way more than what people think it does. And the fact of the matter is, people don't come out like. Eric can't say that, but Andy can.
Andy
right?
can.
So I'm telling you, that stuff happens, unfortunately, way more than this particular incident that happened with Eric Bieniemy. And I'm not, making light of what happened with him, but the shenanigans that go on, right? And we are in 2021. The shenanigans that go on is literally the goalpost just continues to move. And it's okay. I achieved that. What else do I need to do? I do that. Now here comes another parameter I got to adhere to or jump through. Like it becomes exhausting. It becomes very, very exhausting.
Well, and it's all the roadblocks put up, to sort of discourage and sort of, stop Eric Bieniemy, EB. I mean, you talk about, well, he's the offensive coordinator, but he really doesn't call the plays. And it's like, what about
that's my only hang
got
up.
the Eagles job? He didn't call no damn plays either.
Yeah, but that would be my only hang up. But I mean, if other guys are getting jobs and they're having the same questions, I honestly believe that Eric Bieniemy eventually will get a job. But my only question ever with him was,
what other coordinator could go to 3 straight championship games and not get a damn job?
But my question, my only question was, what does he do? Because as far as I know, Andy Reid is calling plays.
Doesn't even matter, dude.
Hold on, who
doesn't even matter?
that was the one thing I.
That was the only question. Am I going to hire a guy? I'm sorry, OG. Am I going to hire a guy? Because what these owners are looking for, and what my philosophy, what I believe, is that you're looking for your Todd McVay, your Matt Nagy, the offensive mind.
Sean McVay,
Sean McVay. That's the kind of guy that it's an offensive league. It's a quarterback league. I want an offensive guy to mesh with my quarterback. So I always believe that Eric Bieniemy eventually, because he's what Andy Reid, he's going to get a job. But now Andy Reid is always called plays.
Brian Flores got the job with the Dolphins and a brother. Good for him. Belichick was basically, Belichick runs that defense. Hell, half the time he only gives the damn coordinators titles.
Right. So I don't know.
The guy that just got the job in Philly didn't call plays.
No, that's what I wanted to ask. Like,
he didn't call plays.
Like, who made it like public knowledge, or who said it that Eric Bieniemy don't call plays? Like, don't call the plays. Like, how did that even come about?
It's a question.
It's a good point. It's a fair point, but it is true.
Yeah.
Reid does call, but look, he's in the planning. He is the OC. Okay. I've seen this. Like, you take all the Patriots guys. Matt Patricia, was he the defensive coordinator? Yeah. Sometimes he didn't even have the title. Yeah. Brian Flores didn't really have the title. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said,
I look at it a little deeper though. I look at it deeper. I haven't seen how long Eric Bieniemy's been there versus how long Andy Reid. Like, have they been there together, or Eric Bieniemy came after Reid?
That's a good question.
I don't think Bieniemy was there before Reid.
I would probably
so this is my thing. Like, this is why I'm saying I'm looking at it deeper, because although he may not call the plays, I mean, you still can. Andy Reid has always been a damn good offensive coordinator. Like, so I think the knowledge that he's learning from him or that's picking up, he can carry that wherever he goes. The main piece that I'm looking at is the talent that they have accrued. Who do you think they relate to? Eric Bieniemy or Andy Reid? they probably relate to Eric Bieniemy more than they do with Andy Reid. So I like
Sure.
those relationships between the players and the coaches and things of that. That's something that you can't copy that. Like
Sure.
I mean, I think that matters a lot more than who calling the plays and everything like that, because y'all, you know, and I know, and some of y'all even know closer that a lot of times these players don't be in tune with the coaches, and that's where a lot of the problems lie. So I think he can be playing a way more pivotal role to their success than other than about worrying about whether he calling the plays or not.
Yeah, and shout out to Andy Reid, both of these coaches. I mean, you see all
Yeah,
the black faces
Yeah.
they have, the assistant coaches on both sides, left with another guy,
Yeah,
BA.
Leftwich. I think
Bruce
he's
Arians
another
talked
one.
about that. Didn't even get a phone call, didn't even get a sniff. Bruce Arians went off about that. So,
we got dudes talking about biting kneecaps
by
and all
kneecap.
this and all that, and like I'm just thinking like first impressions is everything
I
to
don't even
me.
think he's a good position coach. And you're going to elevate him to head Dan Campbell? Really? Okay.
Joe
All good.
Judge.
All good.
Joe Judge.
Well, at least Joe Judge was the top of his profession as a position coach. Been solid in New England. People know about him. You're right. But Dan Campbell ain't done a damn thing.
It's sometimes who you're affiliated with.
But what I'm saying though is do coach special teams, LL. If we're talking about offensive minds, do coach special teams.
John Harbaugh.
I was about to say John Harbaugh because he's
not
the
only
John Harbaugh now.
But not only did he get a job, he got an iconic job.
Yeah,
that's the other thing as well. He got an iconic job, right? So it's not just, we're going to give you, name the franchise. You got an iconic job. Like it's. Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead, LL.
I was going to ask you, what does it say about Eric Bieniemy that he says, I'm not going to, basically, I don't want any pity. I love that about him, that he's like, you know what? I've been screwed 3 straight years now, or bare minimum 2 straight. My time will come. I do like that about him, that, you know what? He's centered. He's grounded. He's playing the game.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what we have to do as black men. We got to play the game.
And at the end of the day, man, he might not get, he might not get the job for next year or get hired or whatever. He could be a 2-time Super Bowl champ, by Monday morning, and his price gonna go up when they finally decide to hire him.
But not if they're colluding.
I don't know if they're colluding. I don't believe that
for sure. Do we know?
I don't believe that. I think Philly, if anything, I don't know why Philly didn't take a shot on Deuce Staley. As long as he's been with that organization, and players were lobbying for him. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the hell Philly doing.
All I'm saying is there's too many NFL teams that's not scoring any points where he's not where he couldn't be a good fit or or better than what you may have. I mean, and then for some that was vacant, like for him not to get no real legitimate looks, it just I don't know. I mean, I understand relationships and everything like that is part of the biz and everything, but I mean if you're trying to compete and trying to win, I think you want to try to go with some of the best options that's available.
Sure. We just had somebody in the chat, Pit Life 718. He was talking about, or she, they. We'll just leave it at that.
That's my boy, Kid.
Okay, I was talking about the Rooney Rule and how it must be addressed. I agree, but it's similar to if you want to go back to the Michigan case and things of that nature, University of Michigan, affirmative action. Look, I was talking to my son about this the other day. Look, we all want to live in a utopian society, right? Like, oh, why do we need the Black News Channel or BET, affirmative action, Rooney Rule? It sounds great. It's a white world, guys. I have to tell them, dude, you live in a white world. Stop it. Stop it.
Facts.
This is what happens. This is what we do. So you are going to have a Black News Channel. That's 1 out of 500, dog. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. There's no white news channel. All the white channels are white. We don't have to call it what it is. They are white. Okay, go outside and let little Johnny do something. Then your little black ass do it. And talk to me then. He's like, no, okay, I didn't think so. See how that works? So that's the world that we live in, man. And sometimes we just have to be unadulterated and real about that, man. You know what I'm saying? What do we say, Coach K? Knock it off.
That's American skin.
Hey man, it's dude. I keep it a buck with my kids. They get me going sometimes. I'm like, look here, dude, sit your ass down. Come here. Let me talk to you real quick. It ain't like that, son. Don't go with this utopian thing just because it's a nice little story and it's a book and all this stuff. The Great Gatsby. No, dog. Come back to the real world. Let me reel you back in, dog. So, Yeah, but hopefully Eric Bieniemy gets a job.
Next
A,
week.
a
it's
good
disheartening.
situation too.
It's gonna
A good
happen.
That's enough.
situation.
But at this point, put him in any damn situation. At this point,
But
it's like,
No,
can he just
man.
be good?
every
I don't
no,
know.
no, you don't want every
I don't want him to have a
situation,
bad.
man.
I don't want him to have a bad
Be-
job, but damn, he needs to have a job.
he does, but at the same time, though, going back to what you were talking about, LL, like one, the other way where we start seeing some discrepancies as well is second chances, right? Like if
We're
you
not
get
afforded
it
those.
right, if you get into a bad situation and there's some things that are operating that are beyond your control, right? You at the end of the day, you get graded on that.
Mhm.
And there may not be another opportunity for you if you get fall involved in a situation that's beyond your control.
Sure. Jim Caldwell, Detroit Lions, 9-7, lost his job.
No,
Did
I
Matt
wouldn't.
Patricia? Did Matt
I wouldn't
Patricia
hire
win?
him.
Matt Patricia barely won 9 games in 3 years. So
I would.
that's
I
not.
would not hire Caldwell.
I don't think Jim Caldwell's a great
Jim
coach, but
Caldwell. No, he not.
he coached a good team in Indianapolis. Went to the playoffs. Now he had great players. I
He
give you
got
that.
given the keys to the
I
damn
know,
Ferrari.
dude. If you can win
Peyton Manning, come on,
you can win
man.
9 games with Detroit. Your ass, you need a job in the NFL.
Caldwell,
9-7,
I ain't
9-7
calling
with
Caldwell.
Detroit. When did
And
Detroit win 9 games in the last 20
and
years?
I'm
Dog?
not calling. What's the other
They
guy
went
that
0-16 like 10 years ago.
I ain't calling
So
Caldwell.
I'm saying
Not
this
calling
was
him.
sore for me.
Mhm.
This was sore for me. Would you call John Gruden? Why did John Gruden get the call for the Raiders?
From 2002.
Right, but he got handed the keys. That's the
Got handed
point.
keys. Exactly.
Hey,
That was
Exactly.
a situation where they
No,
were
don't make no
Can I
excuse.
finish?
Don't make no excuse. He got a ready-made Super Bowl team.
and played against his
Oh,
old team,
you're talking about Tampa.
where the
Oh.
dude that he was coaching against
Dungy's team.
didn't change.
Dungy's team.
And the dude that he was coaching against in the bowl didn't change any of the
Anything.
terminology.
They knew everything.
Right?
So
Like,
that Gruden's fault?
No,
I'm not
it's
saying that's Gruden's
Okay.
fault. I'm just saying the keys were handed to him, and and you know what happened to him? He became the highest paid coach in NFL history off of the keys being handed to him twice. So it's nothing wrong with the keys being handed to him. It's just
What's
again,
what you do with it? That's what you do with it.
And not
the
only that-
difference. Go ahead,
No,
LL.
no. I'm sorry. Go. Go.
No, I was saying the difference is once you get handed, it's not just what you do with it. It's also because Jim Caldwell did well when the keys were handed to him. But what ends up happening is that what happens to you, how are you perceived once the keys get handed to you? Gruden, the keys got handed to him, and the perception is he did all this on his own.
And Gruden got the keys like 10 to 15 years later.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
They still looking back at stuff he did 15 years ago.
Like he's brilliant.
Right.
Like
those concepts don't work today.
It's the from the Mark Jackson to Steve Kerr situation.
That's
it's
it.
Just
Another one.
like that. Like I mean,
Now I get why Mark doesn't have a gig, but still, you can overcome that. That's petty too. Go ahead, OG.
Nah, I was just saying it's just cases like that. I mean, y'all making me think way back because it was I forgot about a lot of that stuff. But yeah, like I mean, I'm not discrediting anybody, but at the same time, when Mark Jackson had the Warriors, he didn't have a healthy carry. They was building I think Golden State executed draft picks better than anybody.
They hit on all of them.
Every single one. And here we are again some years later and they still doing it. But with all that being said, I think he never got a real chance to see all that talent come together. Like it was some was healthy, some wasn't, some was playing games, some wasn't.
Right.
So, Kerr benefited big time from that. I mean, I don't know what kind of keys you call that. Because I mean, for somebody who never coached, to hop in a situation like that, I mean, and now he has a legacy behind that. So
that's true.
It's just interesting.
3 titles, 5 straight appearances in the finals. I saw a stat the other day. All the African American head coaches over the last, I believe, 20 years or so, they have a combined record of over 500. And just let that sink in. So it can't be no worse than what we're seeing from our white counterparts, is the moral of the story. It can't be any worse. So why doesn't EB have a job, man?
I have a little philosophy on hiring head coaches. We don't have enough time to get into it. We're gonna go over.
You got 30 seconds.
But I will say this.
Go ahead, D. I want to hear it.
No, well, I will say this. What if I'm an owner? What I'm looking for is that offensive mind to go
They're looking for comfort.
He said, if
Listen,
I'm
listen.
an owner.
If
He
I'm
said-
an owner,
Okay.
this is what I'm looking for: the offensive mind, like a McVay, a Nagy, one of these young offensive-minded coaches to go with my young quarterback. I
Eric
would
Bieniemy's
never.
coordinating the best offense in football.
I understand that. The problem that I think I see with some of these black coaches, I always felt like they're on the wrong side of the football.
That's fair.
Most of the black coaches that I see are all defensive coaches. You very seldom see a black offensive coordinator.
That's true.
Leftwich is one. Name another one, a young one. There are none. I mean, I don't know how many they are in college.
No, you're right. I mean, I think about
You don't see them.
Frazier, Brian Flores, all of them. No, Brian Flores, Leslie Frazier, most of the top black coaches that I can think of. Jim Caldwell's offensive minded.
But then also some of these coaches are better off as OCs and not being head coaches.
Well, we don't know that.
But because what's the coach that was
but that's true for a lot of people though,
Exactly.
not just black coaches.
What was the coach that was man, he tried to help Kaepernick and Kaepernick changed the venue. I can't think of his name right now.
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson's the one
Raiders,
that trained that when he was at Cleveland, he went and had Wentz. And I remember that pro day with Wentz. He passed on Wentz, and when they got your boy for Texas A&M. But you know,
that Manziel joint wasn't his call though.
Yeah.
That's not his call.
That was Jimmy. That was Jimmy Haslam. Yeah.
That's Jimmy Haslam.
No. It was the GM. I forget his name. On Hard Knocks, I forget his name. Dorsey was with the Chiefs.
Dorsey. But
Phil Dorsey.
Yep.
He might not have done well as a head coach, but he was a heck of an a quarterback coach when he was with the Ravens.
I will say Hugh Jackson lived a charmed life. He was very well liked in the NFL.
And he got two jobs. He got the Raider job, and he had
three.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland too. Cleveland, Cincinnati. No, he had two jobs. He was OC in Cleveland.
Okay.
Cincinnati. OC in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Marvin Jones, defensive guys. Marvin. What's his name? Marvin
Lewis. Marvin Lewis. He was a defensive guy, and he went to Cincinnati for years.
So look at the situations you just said about Hugh, right? Mm-hmm. You just named the three teams. Cleveland, Cincinnati,
Cleveland, and the
Raiders.
Three of the top four worst, five worst teams in the league. You're
right. So the other thing too, and this is what you were saying about the offensive side of the ball, it sparked the thought, right? The other thing too is, and I'm being honest here, keeping it all the way funky.
Keep it a buck.
Right? The perception of us, right? From when you start, and I'm generalizing, I'm painting with broad strokes here. Mm-hmm. The perception of us, oftentimes, and you know, maybe personal experiences is included in this, right? The brothers that are smarter, that are quote unquote smart enough to be those offensive minds that you're talking about, D. Mm-hmm. When a brother exhibits that type of intelligence, oftentimes that's met with a certain level of resistance, right? Because we're in the relationship business, and I'm being honest with this. Sometimes
it's almost like the black quarterback too.
It becomes intimidating. Mm-hmm. It becomes people get case in point. There are very, very they're very, very intelligent brothers that play in the NBA right now. And sometimes and I know we all know this, but from personal experience, when certain coaches are coaching brothers that may have a certain level of intelligence, and there's a healthy conversation about, hey, maybe we can go about this way because I'm on the floor and I'm watching this. You're telling me to do this. Let's have a discussion about this. Certain coaches that makes them very uncomfortable to have an intelligent brother, mm-hmm. right? And this is true. I'm telling you this. I've lived this. It makes people uncomfortable. So we get into a situation of, how do I get myself into the door? How do I get myself in the door? What do I need to do? Okay, my level of intelligence is either not appreciated or maybe is intimidating to certain people. So maybe I do have to go to the defensive side of the ball. I'm not saying that happens for everybody, D. I'm just saying that's prevalent as well, right? And you know, it's just, there are a lot of things to unpack here as we're having this conversation, for sure.
Coach K, real quick.
Time, Coach K.
Yeah, go, Coach K, because we need to pick it up. We got to get her in 5
No,
minutes.
that's real quick. Just kind of like observing in the past, and now in the present situation that I think is going on with Texans. I think that a lot of times, like, black coaches are hired almost as like stopgaps. Like, all right, the team's gonna suck for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Let's hire. Let's because I see that clearly in Denver when Denver hired the black coach.
Vance Joseph.
Yep,
Vance
yep,
Joseph.
yep.
Got one damn year. Yep.
Then also too in Phoenix.
Steve in Arizona.
Arizona.
Steve, yep.
Arizona. Yes.
Yep.
No quarterback.
And all of those situations, especially the Arizona one, I don't really know that guy. I would have never hired him. I would have never hired that guy. And that's not to say I don't think he's a good coach. It goes back to my philosophy. He's a defensive-minded coach. I'm about to draft. They drafted Rosen. What's it? Rosen?
Yeah, but he
Josh Rosen.
He checked
Josh Rosen.
I would checked the box. He checked the box.
Didn't check the box.
They were gonna suck.
But he doesn't check the box because I'm bringing in a rookie quarterback, and I'm not gonna have a defensive-minded coach trying to be with my rookie quarterback.
When was the last
that was never going to work.
Sure. When was the last time a black coach got a really nice, cushy gig, a ready-made roster? I can think of one.
And you know,
that's it. Tomlin.
And you know what? One
in the NFL. Tomlin. That's it.
You know what? One of the symptoms of the stopgap approach is when you got Tyrod Taylor as your quarterback.
Yeah. So to your point, to the point that I was saying, like, when you start talking about it, and we see this when we talk about great players, right? So when we talk about Michael Jordan, we talk about LeBron James. How much is written about their physical attributes versus how intelligent that they are? That whole sort of dynamic about how we're viewed, when you start seeing people write about who are the young and up and coming and smart coaches that you see, black people are typically not written about in that regard. But you know how we are written about? He's a great connector. He's a great relationship guy. That's how they view us. Mm-hmm. And when you have that ability to be one of these people, you know what? Yeah, let me go up here and draw these plays. You know what? I know this stuff like the back of my hand. I know it verbatim. I'm one of these quote unquote whiz kids that you're talking about. It becomes intimidating to a lot of people.
Sure.
That we're not even part of that conversation. So I think that's part of it as well. And you see this in college basketball when they talk about who are the great young recruiters that are coming, who are the great young whiz kids that are coming. Black coaches are never mentioned in that realm. Mm-hmm. But when you see Nolan Richardson, when you see John Thompson, these guys did things to the game that nobody was doing. Right. Temple with their 2-3, right? But it's never mentioned as to how intelligent they are. Mm-hmm. And you know, that's in their day, and we see this now in 2021.
Sure. Nolan Richardson, 40 Minutes of Hell.
Yeah, they changed the game.
Speaking of college, let's real quickly talk EA Sports college football. The big announcement came out yesterday. We're all excited about that. You know, I played college football. It's always going to be near and dear to my heart. If you live down south, it's a religion down there. You guys' thoughts on EA coming out with the college football game again? I want to know, when do you think it's going to come out? Because it doesn't seem like it's going to be in the next year or two. It seems like this thing's at least 3, 4, 5 years away.
What I heard is a couple of years away. I was watching a streamer on Twitch earlier. He says maybe 5 years away, but
it's I think bare minimum
2 to 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking few.
People are excited about it, but I'm like, me personally, the way I play a little bit of this Madden 21. I don't trust them to make a good game. I'm being honest.
Get him, D.
I don't trust EA at all.
Same engine.
I really think that I really think the NFL needs to look into letting somebody else do this.
No, they
don't let them control this.
So how
they got the rights until what, Coach K? 2025, 2026?
2026, yeah.
25. They need to let somebody. Huh?
We're talking about NCAA, not Madden.
Who's making the game?
But it's the same engine, so in essence,
yeah. I don't trust them. They got work to do.
I got a job to do.
I don't disagree with you, Derwin, but at the same time, like, I mean, when you don't have nobody pushing you, when you don't have no competition,
that's it.
They need competition.
You can be lax.
That's it.
I mean,
Monopoly.
2K football when it came out. They were on to something. But they didn't stay with it.
If you're playing MUT, I don't care. You deserve whatever you get.
Yo, don't front on Mutt. You better stop it.
Nah, front hard, front hard.
I just need him to bring the 2K hoops back, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's what I need.
I think OG hits it right on the head. When you have a monopoly, and after a while, you're not worried about the quality of your product. Yeah. And you know, we got social media. Fans are like screaming, "Yo, fix this, fix that." Yeah. And these cats are just like,
"What you gonna play?"
Yeah, like, I tell you what though, there's an appetite for college football.
Yes, there is.
The EA account was popping yesterday.
Oh, it is. I'm not
negating thousands of freaking comments and tweets.
They want it, but what I'm saying, when they finally get it, is it going to be to your satisfaction? Because EA been slipping.
I mean, Darwin, let's keep it real though, man. Like the gameplay, like honestly, hasn't really been that bad. I mean, if you're playing mud, I'm sorry, man. You deserve what you get.
It's not just mud. There's salary cap. There's franchise. There's all kinds of modes that you can play.
There's the yard. How we did the yard.
But is it
and I don't like the yard.
Bad?
I like Superstar KO. Me personally.
Is it really bad, or are you just going
bad,
with the narrative? Like, what's bad about it?
Every single week, there's a problem.
Like what? Hey, he's been consistent saying that, man.
What though? What though?
Go ahead, real quick. Come on.
Stuff not working. They put out a promo. It's not right. They have
that sounds like Mutt to me.
Yo, they got to turn around, put out a tweet saying we're gonna give you something.
I'm mudded out.
You talking about content promos?
You playing zone and the blues in the zone don't work.
Nah,
things
you
don't
work
work
in
the
bro.
game.
You gotta lab up.
No, the stuff doesn't work.
You gotta lab up, bro. The game.
Kev in the chat, Pit Life, he talked about Madden fatigue is real. It is. They are not using NCAA license. He's right about that. They're using this licensing company. They don't have the players. They're waiting on Neil, name, image, and likeness, which is going to take a while to work its way through.
They never had the players.
So, well, I mean, they had
the same thing they did last time.
Exactly, number 7 or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, you know, that's cool. He was also talking about what's the point of a quarterback coach and offensive coordinator. Brady's old head coach is a defensive genius, but we're talking about one guy who's probably the best to ever do it. In regards to what D-Dubs was talking about when it came to
my coach is a defensive-minded coach.
Yeah,
absolutely. My guy. But you can't be a defensive-minded coach, be a head coach.
They're two of the better coaches. They've been doing it for a long time. Right. Damn near 70.
That's a rarity. And then be 4-12, it ain't gonna work. Then you're gonna have Black Monday where all these black coaches 2 years ago got fired.
Sure.
And they were all defensive-minded coaches except for Anthony Lynn in San Diego.
I always promise you, we guys got to be here less than an hour, so we got to get out of here. Compete Forever on Black News Channel this weekend, national TV, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday, both days, 11 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday, nationally on BNC. That is Black News Channel. Get it on Dish Network. You can get it on Comcast Xfinity, Charter Spectrum, ATT-Uverse, also DirecTV, myself, Duran Worrell, Super Bowl champ. Jay Alford, Super Bowl 42 champ, had the big sack on Tom Brady late in the game there. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, season 54, episode 36, Compete Forever Madden League, season 54, NFC wildcard this weekend, so it should be some exciting games this weekend. We'll have the 3 NFC wildcard games this weekend, and we'll see who moves on to the divisional round next week. And then we'll crown a Super Bowl champ in 2 weeks on national TV live, not live, but airing this weekend on Black News Channel. Guys, any shout outs before we get out of here? I've got a headache. Derwin and Freak and all you guys.
You hosting the show. What
you want, man?
I told you ain't had enough time.
But you're right though. You're right.
We mentioned this already, but Kelly get well.
Yeah. Virtual hug, baby.
Yeah.
Virtual hug.
Yeah. Facts.
Go ahead, OG.
Oh no, just and check out the OG 2 Cents podcast on all major streaming platforms and YouTube.
OG be dropping dimes every morning. I see you, OG. Nothing gets past me, dude. I see all of it. Just let you know. I see it all. I see it. You were on with Danny Martin the other day. Exposure.
Yeah, that was man. I had fun doing that. And then the production was like really good. Like I mean, so yeah, it was fun. We had some technical difficulties, but it ended up working out, and it's pretty good.
Danny doing his thing down there in Dallas.
Oh yeah,
doing his thing, man. I think he was doing the HBCU Heroes event today, Madden event. There, it was just on.
I
Yeah.
seen that. Like,
hmm
and I actually, when I clicked on the link, I was looking to see like if y'all was doing some work with that.
no, not this time. I did the stuff with ESTV today, the E Super Bowl. They're doing the Madden
I
21 the
seen that
yard
too.
celebrity
I seen
challenge.
that.
So
Yeah, I seen
it's
that.
gonna be
too.
hyped on Friday and Saturday. We got some celebrities, got some NBA guys, some WNBA guys, and NFL guys. These kids today, man, this team, the Irish Spring, they were killing it. I like the yard. Now, I didn't think I'd like it. It is quick, dude. It's like a 5 to 10 minute game. It's 3 possessions, 3v3, street freaking backyard football. I was like, okay, I can do this because you know me, I want to get my money in and get out of there fast too.
Company man Larry.
Yeah, the 2K community was
Company
heavy on
man.
that when Madden first came out. That night. They was playing that every night.
Yep. Any shout outs, D Dubs?
Good. Just want the snow to go away.
You look like an old man. You
know,
just
Hey,
stop
I
barking
feel
at
him
the
on
moon.
that.
you
He's
lost
barking
the
at the
car.
moon. Look at him. He's yelling at the moon. What's wrong with you, girl?
Tired, man.
You do look tired. It's like, man, tired, boss.
Tired.
Hey, man, thank you. Straight up, man. I know we like to screw around, man, but I love you, dude. Thank you for making it tonight. When I saw Durham Rail sounding, and I'm like, that dude right there is a fucking killer, man. He is.
And that's for me running, being outside.
Uh-huh.
I had to shovel a little bit, building a snowman, trying to build a snowman,
Right.
running back inside, giving my son a bath, and be like, oh, 650, I think I can make it.
Do you?
You know what, Derwin?
Oh,
I'm
man.
talking
You know what,
about.
Derwin? Coach K, I'm going to do this here on the show. Derwin's getting a raise.
Yeah. All right.
Out of my own pocket. He's going to get a raise.
25%. 25%.
We're going to double it. We're going to double it. That's my guy.
Pay that
I got to take care of my guy, man.
Well,
Derwin, you get double the money this
Well.
weekend. Hey, Willie, shout out.
Shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, everybody stay healthy, stay safe, and keep tuning in, watching us. We building.
Where that podcast, dog?
Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow. The Antonio Williams Show on Vocal. I appreciate you reminding me, man. So we'll be on there. I got my guy LL on there talking about the Super Bowl. So Connect Gang, y'all hear that? Go to the bank. LL said take his picks to the bank. That's what he said.
Dog, don't do me like that. Man, you
Larry the
I
Greek.
didn't say all that.
Larry the Greek.
Hey, he'll be giving stock market advice in a minute.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sell your GameStop stock right now. That's what I would tell you.
Ridley
Get rid of that
Betts.
stuff. Yeah, man. Shout out to my personal shout out. Shout out to Black News Channel. Christmas came
Hey.
in January and February this year. Thank you. That was much needed change money. We appreciate it, Coach K and myself. And shout out to my baby doll. Here's a virtual hug to you, Jess. You and Layla. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Lots of hot chocolate, games, TikTok. I saw y'all dancing. TikTok, TikTok. Do all that stuff. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. But thanks for everyone watching. We'll see you for more Esports Extra tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, to wrap up the week on Thursday right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. See you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make it a good one. Thanks for watching Esports Extra, the only live call-in sports show talking traditional sports, esports, and gaming. Bye.